All right, Vincent, this is take number 25. All right, so a question I see all the time asked is, why don't musicians have fancy high-end audio system? Now, you're an audiophile, you're a musician, and you have a lot of musician friends too. I'd like to get what your take is on this.
It's a good question. So I would say, I would give two answers.
Sure, go ahead.
The first one is, most of musicians, we don't know a lot about this industry. I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about what this industry is about.
Okay, okay.
And the second one is, when you start teaching at 9 to 8 sometimes, then you have to rehearsals with the symphony orchestra, choirs, whatever, family life as well. Mm-hmm. When you get home, you just want silence. So
Peace and quiet, you know.
No, it's enough. No music anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So this is my two answers.
So, when your friend listens to your system, are they like, "Wow, this sounds like the real thing," or it's like, it sounds fake to me?
No. It's always wow. It's always a wow. Always. There's no absolute law, but let's say yes. 95% of people, my friends, musician friends, my father as well. Yeah. It's
Your father's a composer, right?
A conductor, opera singer, and tenor as well too.
The first time when he listened to it, what was his reaction?
He said, "Vincent is better than a concert hall." He said that.
Really?
He said, he was like, "Vincent, it's better than a concert hall," you said. I don't like to say that because you have to go, everybody has to go to concert hall. I don't like to repeat that, but this is what Papa says, yeah. There's a funny story about that. It's one of my musicians of Les Neuf, because the first recording was in 2019, and it was the end of the summer. And we have this foin de senteur, we say. It's a
plant.
Yes, it's grass.
Grass, okay.
And it's a bit tall, and it smells super good. Okay. It's typical from this time of the years.
Why is it? Because we're going to fall.
Exactly.
Right. And
so it's like dry, but there's a lot of fragrance. It's
very fragrant.
Exactly.
Okay.
And he was there. It's like we are in the recording session in the church. He said, "I almost smell the foin de senteur."
You mean when he was listening to your system, and then he said that
it was like a time machine. It was like back in time, 5 years ago, and he said, "I almost smelled the foin de senteur."
Wow. See, this we don't hear often from actual musicians. What they think about a high-end system.
Exactly.
And a proper high-end system can really reproduce whatever the recordings.
And in a house, it's changed the mood of the house. When you have a proper system, you put your favorite artist, classical or whatever, you put it on your system, and for me it's changed the mood of the house. Mm-hmm. I think I won't survive the pandemic without my system.
True,
honestly.
True.
It was a living matter at that time.
So why don't your musician friends have high-end systems?
Well, most of them, they say, "Oh, I would prefer to buy a new bow, a new..." They focus more on the live instrument.
Why? Are they expensive?
Yes, a cello can go $1 million,
What? No. A normal cello that a musician uses.
But it's between $20,000 to $100,000.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously, 20,000 for a cello?
Well, it's funny because some people they ask me because sometimes, what's the value of your cello? And my answer is always, I don't want to know. What's the value of your wife?
As an audiophile, right, I understand nuance when it comes to a system. So therefore, I know this album will appeal to audiophiles because the church is the sixth musician, and your system needs to be so resolving that you can recreate the atmosphere of the church.
Exactly.
So that's why this is also an audiophile album. All right, so Vincent, tell me about Songe.
Songe, it's my new project for 5 instruments. Cello, the leader. I will play the cello. Violin, harp, soprano, and double bass. Mm-hmm. We use the same process as pure cello. Because if people remember, pure cello, it's for cello solo. It's a cello solo album, but the church is a second player. Now, because Quebec is famous for the beautiful churches, wooden churches, we used Saint-Benoît de Mirabel, beautiful church, completely in wood inside, to do the recording, because I want that church to be the sixth player.
Why do you need a good system for that?
Imagine, you have violin, high frequency, cello, mid, a bit low, and you have the double bass. So you have all the spectre with these three instruments.
Oh, so you need to reproduce the double bass. Your system better be able to go low then.
And so the double bass, cello, and violin at the same time. Not one after one. You know, it will be like this.
Right? You tax it hard.
I hope people will not be angry against me. So, you know, it explodes.
But that's a good one. Yeah, it'll challenge your audiophile system,
Oh, oui,
right? Okay. You have to reproduce the high, mid, low, and at the same time, capture the nuance of the church
Exactly.
in the background.
Right.
Man, this will make a big difference in the ultra-high system and your car. You say, I'm curious to test it now, you know?
You should. You know what? You should come to the practice. We practice on Thursday and Friday. I want this album to be a perfect match between audiophile and musicality.
Why? Because you're an audiophile?
I have to say yes. Huh? I mean, because I like the sound of great system when you have all the details you want. Huh? And my music, I want to challenge the system.
Yes.
With my compositions, you know. And after 10 years, I know how to do arrangement. How can I put the double bass? You know, because as I said, the double bass, it has 3 extra bass notes in extension. So I don't want to spoil too much, but for me it's very important because the technique, the audiophile technique, let's say that way, should serve the music and the emotion. It should go like this. And this is what I want. And the church, for me, it was a perfect choice.
Why?
Because the atmosphere. The atmosphere. It's something unique. Imagine the opera voice. In a big church, she doesn't have to push or to be tense. She just have to let it go, effortless, to sing. And the church will just do its job, you know. It's really the sixth player of this project.
So the church is a musician,
Well,
part of the musician.
This is how I
band,
see
right?
it, yes. And we want to make sure that there's no corruption in the electricity. So René Laflamme is taking his car battery. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So he's bringing to make sure that we have all this details that's so important for me.
Right.
And not only for me, because after 10 years in this industry, I realized that people buy very HIFI system, not expensive. It's not an obligation to be expensive. Let's say a proper system. It's important for them too.
The micro detail, the nuance, and
Exactly.
everything. And this album will have a lot of that.
This exactly. People knows me. They know pure cello. They know conversations. They know my musicality. I'm a romantic. You know, I like to play with emotion. You know, I think my reputation, it's based on the way I play music. I'm very emotional when I play, and this is very important. And having a nice recording with René Laflamme to make sure in this Saint-Benoît de Mirabel church I want to make sure that we lose the less as possible. And 2 microphones. René Laflamme will do with 2 microphones. So there's no mix. The mix will be exactly, this is what it is. And because the church, sometimes the floor is cracked, but it will be a part of the music as well too.
Oh, that's the good part.
I like it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why people they always erase that. No, I like it. I like, you know, I need to test, but I want to do one of the soprano. I want her to move during the piece, to be like on the left, and then when she came back, she will be on the right.
Okay.
But she has to do it in live. But we may hear the fruit, and if we can imagine, you close your eyes and you can hear. Not in an elegant way, of course.
Yes.
But this is what I want to to explore, to make sure that it's not technique for technique, because this will bring the emotion in a next level way. I want people sometimes to be close to tears, you know. It's so intense. Oh, no more, no more. What we sell, musician. You know, I was thinking, I was saying that to my friend yesterday. What we are selling moment. It's a moment. What I want you is to just, okay, when you listen to your cello, you just have to stop it. Then this is for you. This time it's for you. This is why I like the word songe. Just take it. You can listen and hear it, or you can just put it and cook, or maybe, you know, I want that music to be a part of their lives, actually.
You know what? Since we're here anyway, let's just take a look at this system. So, Vincent, here, take the mic. Tell me, why is this speaker next to the wall? This is a audiophile no-no.
Well, it's fun to be the black sheep of the industry sometimes. It's designed to be close to the wall, and it's the philosophy of Peter Q and the company to just forget about the system and to go more in the music. So you put the speakers in the corner, then you just forget the system and you can focus on the music.
High wife approval factor. And next we have the black box. What is this?
My Xbox, the new generation. I love it. I'm a gamer, yes, if people wants to know.
Guys, just to prove that he's a gamer, let me go show you something. On the other side. This is PS.
Right, this is the PS Pro, the PS4. No, it's a 4, right? Pro. And this is of course, the Nintendo.
It's the Switch?
Yes, the Nintendo Switch from my daughter, because I have a daughter.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, and we like, because we can play to Mario Kart, to Mario Party. It's very fun.
So what do you have here?
The phono stage. The note phono stage.
Is it tube?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a tube.
Okay.
And then my TT3. This is the fantastic TT3.
The design looks interesting, you know that, right? It's like very not mainstream.
Exactly, and it's different than Audio Note, because Audio Note we like to keep it simple with box and everything. But no, I like this, let's say, skeleton design. It puts the 3 motors in evidence, and I like it.
What? 3 motors?
Yes, 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Yeah. And the power supply here.
Okay. So
it goes
on the bottom.
Yes, and it's a fantastic one. And voila.
And then you have this
it's the P2SC signature using the 6L6 maybe.
Yeah, this is not common anymore. 606. How many watts is this?
It's I think 12 watts by channel. I think.
So you can drive those speakers with.
Oh, definitely, yes. These speakers are 94 dB approximately.
What?
So
Wow.
No. You see, it's
You don't see a lot of speakers at 94 dB that are like stand mount.
Right. I like.
Rare. Then what is this?
It's
Sour puss? What the hell?
Because I like to do cocktails, you know. It's yes.
Okay. This is good stuff, man. Forget the home system. Where's the vodka?
I think.
Oh, guys, take a look. Even more here, man. All right. So let's take a look at your albums.
Yeah.
For those who don't know Vincent Belanger, he's a cellist, and this is one of his album.
Right.
Yeah.
The first this album launched Audio Note Music. People sometimes forget that, but Peter Kvortrop, he built Audio Note Music, the label.
Yeah.
For that project. For Pure Cello.
Oh my gosh.
And then he did Peter did analog version of La.
Yeah.
It was very famous at that time, or CD. But then we launched it, so it's possible to have it in vinyl.
In Quebec here, we have a lot of churches.
Yes.
What do we have? Oh, one over here already.
Ouais.
Yeah, very nice. And also in Montreal, we're known for constructions. It's like